What's going on, guys? It's Pete with the Hook Set, and welcome back to Eastman Lake. This week's video is well, I've got kind of like a personal challenge for myself. Is for this week, and probably for at least for this week's video, and probably for the next several videos that's gonna be I'll be releasing. Is I'm gonna try to capture, as many different species of fish in the Fresno County that I can, right? I don't think I have every single species on video, and that's what I want to try to do, right? Is I want to include all three species of bass, right? So striped bass, stripers, largemouth, spotted, maybe even a smaller, I guess, so 4 species, and then look for the panfish. So we were talking about crappie, bluegills, pumpkin seeds. Justin with the hook set. He's already hooked up right at the boat launch. Look at this guy on top water. Right at the boat? Yeah. Man. Oh. So we just got here. He's on the water. The ramp is underwater, right? Which is kind of strange, but I mean, it is what it is. I'm gonna take my shoes off and walk through it, but yeah, so that's my little personal challenge that I have for myself for the next couple series of videos that you'll see. But I'm excited. It's gonna take me in all kind of different fishing environments. So we're talking about lakes, canals, and even up in the Sierras, right? Because we're gonna be looking for the California golden trout, brook trout, stuff like that as well too. So it'll be a challenge for me, but I'm up for it, you know what I mean? Catfish and carp included as well too, and even heck the suckerfish, right? Because you can't leave that out. So anyways, yeah, this week's video we're gonna be targeting here at Eastman Lake. They have a mixture of they have quite a few different species here, but then at least for this week's video we're gonna be targeting bass, crappie, and hopefully we accidentally catch a crappie. Right, we don't have any crappie gear, but then we've got some mealworms that I've picked up for the bluegills, and so hopefully we catch some bluegills and some nice bass as well too. So we'll see, man. So that's kind of the goal for the day, and I'm hoping that it's 6 a.m. right now, or about 6:30. We just got in the water. It's a beautiful day. It was a full moon last night. And the air temperature is probably about 58 degrees, 60 degrees, and it's expected to get up to I think the upper 90s. So we'll see how the day goes, dude. All right, so we'll check in you guys when you're on the water. All right, so we are finally on the water. Today I am going to be fishing with Justin. You've seen him before in the past videos with the hook set. He just missed one earlier on a boat flip. And yeah, man, like I said earlier, we're going to be targeting bass and some bluegills. We're trying to capture the bluegills on video, so that way we have that to I guess check off the list more or less, and then hopefully we accidentally catch a crappie, because I can check that one off the list as well too. So we'll see, man. A lot in stored. We're gonna be fishing until probably about noon, and then get off the water by then. So quite a few hours to be on the lake to target these fish here. And we're going to be focusing on bass in the morning, just because, well, it's morning time, and that's probably the best opportunity for us to actually catch a bass. It's during we're in the middle of a fall transition right now. It's the middle of September 2019, so we're going to be looking for some offshore rock piles, probably targeting within like that 25 to 30 foot range. And I haven't been here for about a month, so I don't even know exactly. And the water level is a lot higher than it normally is. So all the spots that I normally fish are in about 50, 60 feet of water. So we're gonna spend quite a bit of time kind of scanning with our side imaging and our down imaging, looking for that structure and that water depth. In that water depth that water column that we want to target, right? And if that doesn't work out, we're gonna have to figure something out, right? But other than that, yeah, man, I'm excited to be out here, and hopefully we catch our goal with some largemouth bass, bluegill, and maybe a crappie. So we'll see, man. Talking more fishing. Let's go! After about a 20-minute attempt, we did some scanning. came across an area that was pretty much a point with some rock piles I marked on the graph and side imaging and stuff. It looked pretty good, so we spent about 30 or so minutes there. Never fished there before. Not a single bite, right? We bumped up against quite a few boulders and rocks that were below us, with a jig, a swinging jig head, and even a Ned rig, and they just weren't active, or at least nothing picked it up. But we saw tons of fish jumping around us that was towards the shoreline, so we kind of started deep in about 40 or so feet, but the boat positioned in about 40 or so feet, slowly worked our way up to about 20 feet, and then after that we decided to kind of work that bank area right where that point was at, and still nothing. So yeah, now we switched areas. I think the problem with that point was that when I was scanning, the structure looked great, but then I actually didn't find, I didn't see any fishes that were relating to the rocks that were on the bottom that I was marking. So that could be the reason why, because there was just no fish there, right? So now we're going to be switching up tactics. While it's still early, we're going to be trying our luck out on the bank, just burning the shoreline right behind us with what shade that we have left available. And then once the sun actually gets overhead and completely takes away all the shade along the bank, and then we'll probably come back offshore again, do some more scanning, and hopefully actually find some rock piles with fish on it. So that'll be the only difference that we'll be looking at now this time. So I just want to catch fish, dude. So it looks pretty good, huh? Yeah. Yes, I don't know. Yeah, maybe, dude. Like I'm more. There's a fish. Tiny though, yeah. He don't feel too big.
I mean, your rod's not loading up too much either.
Yeah.
Hey. At least you know. There's something.
Oh, he's still fighting though.
Unless he just
Oh, look at him go, dude.
He's just swimming towards you.
Look at this guy fighting like crazy, dude. This guy's fighting like he's a spot or something, dude.
Oh, he's not bad.
Decent?
Yeah, he looks decent. Maybe I'm not going deep enough for this guy.
Oh, he's barely hooked too. Yeah, I can't flip this guy. Oh God. All right. One.
He looks bigger in the water.
Anderson. There you go. Super slim largemouth, dude. Man, this guy's tiny. All right. This jerk bait is hot right now, boy. They're so small though. These are so tiny though, but they're so fun catching them on the jerk bait, dude. Here's a fish. Yep. Oh, little guy though, dude. Kinda, sorta. It was kind of probably halfway. Little babies off jigs. All right, guys. So here is another update. It's about 10 o'clock now. Sun is out. It's very, very hot. And like in the beginning of the video, we said that we were targeting bass, bluegill, and I'll take an accidental crappie if you catch one as well too. So we've kind of changed gears, and now we're gonna be targeting our bluegill. Let me show you the setup that we got going on here. Very, very simple, nothing complicated at all. This is all from Walmart, essentially, the gear wise, or the lures and stuff, right? So I just got this is my ultralight panfish, you know, trout type rod. This is an Akuma. This is actually an Akokini rod. Very, very flimsy. It's like a whipping stick, right? And I've got the Dawa, what is this, Revros. It's like a 1000 series here. It's a shallow spool laced up with 4-pound test. I think it's like monofilament line. And then at the end of this, I've got my bluegill setup. Is just your, you know, very, very typical, find at any tackle store, like bobber, right? You got a bobber stop right on top of it, right there. The bobber, a little bead, another bobber stop. I got my split shot down here to bring your weight down. And then about, I'd say, from the bottom of the bobber down to the, from the bottom of the bobber here down to where the hook is at, I'd say it's probably about 2.5 feet lead, right? This is a size 10 eagle claw bait holder, right? Very, very cheap setup. Anybody can do it. Again, we're just fishing for bluegills. We don't need to do anything don't get too overly complicated on this. And of course, we got our night crawlers or our worms. Apparently they make chartreuse colored worms, right? Which is something new to me. I have absolutely no idea if they made this, but apparently they do, and they are green. They are neon green. Let me dig one up here to show you. And there they are. I don't know if you could tell from the color, from the sunlight there, but they are absolutely green, right? And it's pretty crazy. So whatever the case may be, how I'm gonna rig this up, it's gonna pinch kind of like maybe like an inch of the worm from itself off. Use that portion, thread it up through the that bait holder hook, pop out to the back, get the barbs on the shank of the hook, essentially to snag up against the meat of that worm, so that way the worm stays straight on the shank, leaving that exposed tip there. And it practically should be automatic, man. What we're looking for here, where we're going to be fishing, are going to be these trees that we found earlier. We were bass fishing right behind me, right there, right? Hopefully the bluegill are hiding there. Justin's, what?
I just missed the bite.
Justin missed the bite. Justin's been fishing while I've been filming. So they probably are here, and we're just gonna be slowly going through this area, right? Again, we're targeting species for the for my little video chain I'm gonna be having in the next few months or whatever the case may be. So try to check off this bluegill species. Still fishing for some bluegills. I have yet to catch one. Justin's probably gone through like what, five right?
6, yeah.
But they are like maybe an inch or 2 or 3 at best. Huh, Justin?
Yeah, the biggest one's like 3 inches.
Yeah. So but anyways, he's getting bit. He's using a wax worm or a mealworm, wax worm, on a weightless wax worm on a size 12 bait holder hook. And let me give you an idea of how big this hook is. All right, so this is Justin's setup right here. Absolutely just hook and worm, and it's so small it's hard to see. Well, there you go, you kind of see that little thing there, but that's on a wax worm there. Here's a relative size difference, a comparison, right? Is, check it out, that's a 1.5 inch like little finesse shad that I use for trout fishing. This hook here is a size 10 bait holder, and then that's the size 12, which is even smaller, right? So to scale, it's kind of what we're looking at, right? I've been throwing the size 10 with probably like a 1/2 inch redworm, and I haven't gotten bit, or I have been getting bit, but they're just, you know, barely kind of ticking at it.
Small guy.
Oop. Got him.
Oh no.
What happened?
This hook is too small now.
It's what? Oh, it's deep.
Got hooked.
Got hooked?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh no. This guy's a conner.
Is it really got hooked? Deep?
Yeah.
He wanted it, huh? Hella choke, dude.
Woo!
This is outrageous. What are we doing, dude?
I have no idea. Dude.
All right, so our bluegill kind of quest has come to an end. I caught my one. I don't know if you really want to count it, but then for the sake of catching the species, yes, it counted. All right, so here's a change of plan. We're going back to bluegill fishing because Justin apparently was fishing along the dam here, and then he found some bluegills that were like 3 times the size of what we were catching. 3 times ain't big, but then it looks a lot better than what we had initially. We're switching gears again and focusing back on bass fishing. It's about 11 o'clock or 10:45 at this time. So we're back at the dam, just gonna do some drop shotting, and yeah, probably gonna finish it up in the next maybe hour or so. There you go, dude. Another little guy.
The grub doesn't fail, huh?
The grub still works. He'll still eat it. Just wish they were bigger, dude. Like a 3-4 pounder would be nice, huh, Justin? Yeah. I'm not looking for a double, dude.
Yeah.
I'm just looking for 3-4.
Not even half, you know?
Yeah. Not even half. Even 3-4, man. I'll be pretty happy, dude.
You gotta beat that almost 2, dude.
Oh my god, dude, he took it hard. I don't know if he's big, but he took it hard, dude. Nah, he ain't big. Woo, look at these things, dude.
He's strong. He's a fighter, though.
Yeah. They're fired up, man. Justin, they are fired up, dude. That's like 3 in a row right there. 3 casts, 3. Back to retrieving, right? It's one of those two where I'm like, the second one I caught, remember I was telling you that it kind of like popped and it found resistance and nothing? Yeah, so when I actually hooked up with that second one, I like kind of been like this, and then I like slacked it, and all of a sudden it just went. And that's at the hook. Same with this one as well too. This one was more like a pop, and then it fucking hit like hard. So maybe it's a time and place. It might be the time and place right now, dude. To drag and pop, you know what I mean?
I didn't wait for the second pop, though.
Come on. Yeah, it's him. That's him. Is that you and me? Double? Double, dude. Oh, I'm over here. I'm over here. Did you pop it or no?
Huh?
Did you pop it or no?
Yeah.
You popped it?
Yep, but he choked this one.
Oh. This guy. Did you see me pop it? Yeah. Oh, this guy's choked too, dude.
Oh my god. Double choked.
Did you see me pop mine?
Yeah.
I was telling you I was pop. And I was like,
You did yours first, and then I saw yours.
oh, okay.
Right when yours went.
All right, let's get back in. It's Justin. Huh? Okay. Oh. There he is. Just keep us here, Justin. Here. Brother, I don't know what it is, but these little ones, I mean, they're hitting the jig, and it's fun, huh, Justin? Even though they're small, they are still pretty fun. Oh, you ripped it too, dude. All right, I'm gonna try to see if I can catch one more. Oh man, I don't know. Felt like it was. Maybe I was coming through some rocks. Let's come through something. On him? Just keep it loaded, Justin. Feel good?
Nope.
Oh, it came off? Oh. So you don't need a hook set, dude. Oh, fish. There we go. Little guy. Little guy. You don't need a hook set on that one, dude. Just reel it in. Just maintain tension and just reel it in. That's gonna do it for us. We fished 6 hard hours. It is 12:40 right now, and we're gonna be calling it. We absolutely we did meet our goal with catching the bluegills, catching the bass, getting that checked off the list. So we'll see what's up with the next trip that we have planned. All right, so we thought it was done. But it is never over until the boat is all in the trailer. Ain't that right, Justin?
That's true, man.
My goodness.
That's the truth.
Pull up at the boat dock. I'm walking up the ramp to go and get the boat, or to get the what is it called? The car and the trailer, getting ready, and all of a sudden, Justin, one cast, fish on, pulls out a 2.5 pounder right at the boat ramp. So that was cool. We didn't get video of that, but then we did snap a photo before we threw it back into the water, so you'll probably see that probably as a thumbnail, right? But yeah, other than that, pretty successful day today. You know, granted, there was no biggins. The biggest one was that last fish right there. Yeah, the 2.5 pounder, or 2 pounds 13 ounces or whatever. But everything else was about a pound and less. And then we got
Almost 2 pounders.
Yeah, almost 2 pounders. Yeah, pushing 2 pounders. But then that was it though. You know, a bunch of them. The baits that we used today ranged from jerk baits, kind of early in the morning, to, let's see, Justin, you caught 2 on that spinner bait. See, we caught about 4 or 5 on the jerk bait, but these are all tiny fish, right? And then we changed gears. The sun got hot about 10 o'clock. Started fishing bluegills, right? That was part of the goal. We caught our bluegills, very, very small. We changed gears again, try to go back and do some bass fishing. And while we're trying to do that,
Justin finds a couple of nicer looking bluegills, so we switch gears again, go back to fishing the bluegills, catch a couple more that are actually, you know, about hand size, and then afterwards it was about maybe 11 o'clock. We decided to finish the day with doing some bass fishing, do some offshore bass fishing, looking for some rock piles, just as we planned to initially at the beginning of the day. It seemed like they just weren't there yet, and it looked like it took, you know, once the sun came overhead, that's probably when they moved to that offshore structure area for us. But granted, you know, we caught probably in like what, 30-40 minutes, probably caught like 6-7 of them, right? 4 of them went back to back, all in the hula grub. Justin caught some on the Ned rig, and well, that was about it, right? So again, very fun day. A lot of small fish, no size at all, but we did successfully complete our goal, which was catching the bluegill and the largemouth bass. So that is a thumbs up. So that's gonna be it for us, man, at Eastman Lake. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Till next time, we will see you on the water.